you mentioned...
The moment we start blaming it on one party or another,
Brexit.
you simply reduce it.
It is actually the disillusionment over Brexit amongst Leave voters that is one of the striking parts of this survey that's been carried out. What do you say about that? You haven't delivered Brexit in the way people want it.
Well, we've left the European Union. That's what the British people voted for in 2016. We've left it. Now, there may or may not be some reasonable disagreement over what has happened in Northern Ireland, but we've definitely left the European Union. That verdict had to be delivered. In 2019, the Labour Party, and particularly Keir Starmer, were manoeuvring to block it and aiming for a second referendum.
We'll have to carry on the conversation without you. Bye-bye.
Today at 1, Rishi Sunak says he has absolutely not lost hope of winning the general election and warns against giving Labour a blank cheque in government. It comes a day after the Tories launched their election manifesto. This morning, the Defence Secretary urged voters not to give Labour a landslide victory and a supermajority in Parliament.
It would be very bad news for people in this country, a blank cheque approach allowing someone to do anything they wanted, particularly when their particular set of plans are so vague.
Meanwhile, the Green Party launched their manifesto saying they would increase taxes on millionaires and billionaires. And also on the programme this lunchtime, former nurse Lucy Letby back in court for a retrial, charged with trying to murder a baby 8 years ago in Chester. A warning that more mosquitoes in parts of Europe mean a rise in cases of dengue fever and other diseases. And the little girl who saved her mother's life marching to school to get help in her princess dress and wellies.
And coming up on BBC News, Manchester United are going to stick with manager Erik ten Hag despite a disappointing league season. That's after a post-season review by the club's board.
Hello and welcome to the BBC News at 1. The Prime Minister says he has absolutely not lost hope of winning the election. It comes after his Defence Secretary Grant Shapps suggested Labour could win a landslide victory. He urged voters not to give Labour what he called a supermajority in Parliament. Mr Shapps said no party should have a blank cheque in power. This report from our political correspondent, Jess Parker.
From a rain-soaked election kick-off to handing some D-Day duties to his Foreign Secretary. The Tory